Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Redwood Racing Series. We're here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There we have Scary Bunny. I'm at Neon here. We're at Solo. I like being up on the Solo view here. Get the heads up display down so we can see it better. This is a pretty quick track here. For some reason it wants to be at ground level for the view. I want the up level so we can see everything. And this one just wants to sit on the bumper. And Solo, I'm guessing here, is going to be taking the lead. Let's see if it'll move over to a higher view on its own. I don't think it will. Very interesting, isn't it? Who we got here? We got Green Monkey. So Neon up. You know what? Let's go over to Neon's view. It's got a bird's eye view of what's going on here. It's getting trafficy up there. So even if it goes to the bumper, you guys will at least be able to see everything. So, it looks like an interesting race today. Full field, as you can see, as one player, it looked like Scary Bunny decided he was going to wall ride the corner there. And Indianapolis is an interesting track. It's a boxy track. It's good for turns, but it's very interesting if you've ever actually raced any kind of racing game on it. It can be, it's oddly, you have that big straight that you go into, then you have the short straight on each corner, and then you go back into a long straight. It just seems like that back end straight has a lot more power than the front end straight. And that's how you have to decide it. You have to come into the turn and you have to be gentle with it as you come to the first two turns, and then in this back wall here, you have to really kind of gauge how you're going to come into this turn. So he's going to have to come high, go in low, and it's becoming a three-chick race here with Solo, and I can't see who that is up in front. We can say Liquid Puff, and then Neon, Fancy Reagan ended up falling back a little bit. We're fighting the view here. I'd like to see an above view. Thank you very much. So what's happening is we've got a draft group that's collected here. They cannot stay in this position forever without these guys coming on them unless they're sharing the space. If they're not using their draft correctly, which is a little bit different in GTA. In GTA, the draft is really, it's pulling each other in front of each other versus in regular sort of stock car races, you have people can just get in the line and they form and that's it. It doesn't work like that in GTA. That front guy will continue to slow down the back pack, which you can see here. Fancy Reagan pulling in very quickly, is about ready to take that third position away. And I think in some respects it's a lot more competitive than it is for, I guess you could say, normal type racing when it comes to the digital type racing. We got a block here that's going to push Neon up, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold that position long here as Scruff Master, Liquid Puff back in first, Rhymes left. I had Rhymes in the party here, and unfortunately I think I cost him a couple of positions trying to get me in the game, and I feel bad about it, but we're just getting people coming into the pits now. Fancy Reagan entered into first here. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of sharing when it comes to this type of racing. I don't know if catch-up is on or not. That really does change the dynamic when the first person gets lagged back. We want to do a video down the road here about catch-up and why there are serious issues with catch-up. It does not make things competitive. It makes them more broken, if you will. But for right now, this is a good group. They've got a good pack going. It used to be a three-man race. Now we've got got a couple in here as they head into the pits and crash on their way in. Oh. Corn Daddy entered first. Let's see. I'm right on him. Okay. It looks like he is going to be in a lonely world out here. But who has the best laps? Good. Fancy Reagan with the 42.860. Looks like everybody's got around the 43. And he is off alone in the racing division. I believe at some point he's going to have to pit. And when he does, it's going to change everything here as the back group begins to pull forward. He's got a good distance, I'm guessing, on everybody else. And there he goes into the pits. So let's go over to a little bitty. Or a biddle, or a bitty, a biddle. I never get that right. I try, but it doesn't work out. So he's coming in too, and there's another track that's pulling in. Let's go over to Fancy. I'm guessing he's up in that big pack there. It's a little bit tougher to get a hold of things when you're trying to capture them like this. He's alone, but he has... Okay, let's move over to Scruff. And I'm sure he has a pack of people with him, too. Yeah, you got two guys behind him. There's Random. So now we have the group of guys that are Recon Dude Neon. And they are coming... They are making their way downtown, trying to take the space away from the leader right now, who has a lot of space to work with, but may not be for long, as he is all alone. A bunch of cars in the back. Who are in the... I don't know. They're ready to patch up. How's that? So with the loss of Rhymes, I'm kind of in the dark about what lap we're on, or how many laps we have left to go, or what the spacing will be. I don't know if they have any pits left to go. So you see Scruff and Random Hero both taking 1-2 on the lead position here. There's something that's blocking the top of the view. This map may be way far up in the air, so it doesn't want that camera to be really high. Oh, I see some... Oh, yes, there. Oh, he recovered. And so if you'll forgive me if I sound a little nasally today, I've been sick over the last couple of days. I want to have an opportunity to be able to cover one of these races. Everybody seems to like them and has been involved and given us a lot of input here, and I really do appreciate that. And that's just to remember again, I know he left the party here. I don't know if he's going to be coming back, but big shout out to Rhymes for keeping us in the know on these. And getting us the invite out. Sometimes losing some spaces to get it done. We want to continue to have him as kind of a co-host for the show. But I don't know if he had some sort of connection issues or something like that where he couldn't be in the race or be in the know there. I know he did have some. He went down 2 laps in the race trying to get me an invite to the event. And that's... I don't know what's up with GTA that's causing the issues with inviting. Oh! Got a little bit of a launch up in the air thing going on there. Random Hero into first. I don't know if we have a yellow flag coming up or not. We're going to stick here because we got 2 big packs up there, but we're going to keep up catching up with them. Even with the... I see right there, instead of bumping, pass him and pull him with the slipstream if that slipstream's working. And that definitely will speed everybody up, and they'll catch up fast. I think a lot of this track, most of the times we do tracks, we get based on big time speed of people trying to find their space in a race, if you will. And with these tracks right here, there's a lot of how do you plan to engage the track. With tracks like Daytona style track or super speedway track, those tracks are all about going top speed. They're all about going as fast as you possibly can go, and people can do the whole race just pedal to the metal. It looks like there's a, oh, I'm missing something here. I don't know. We'll move up to liquid. These guys look like they're still going. But with these kind of tracks here, a lot of the speed that you're going to get, yeah, it looks like there was a yellow. So we'll look at the stats here. We got Fancy Reagan has still got his top position. We'll move over to Rincon Dude. Let's see. I'll get that name once I look at it. There we go. Ren Cool Dude. There we go. That was a good spot. So like I was saying, with some of these tracks like this, with Daytona, you're full out. There's going to be a lot of drafting and slipstreaming and just using everything you have at your ability to get up in the lead. When it comes to tracks like this, there is a certain sort of tactical driving style that you need to have that allows you to get into these better positions and have better lines and better runs. And slipstream can really benefit you for that type of racing style and put you up in a position where you're actually more competitive than you were before. That's what I think is very interesting about this style of racing and about how people do it. And I don't know if, like I said, if catch-up's on. If catch-up's on, some of that kind of gets deleted. It doesn't matter how fast you are because that catch-up will pull you back. But giving yourself that kind of position where you constantly, you'll see guys that'll go into these races and take that high line, dive down in, get a lot of momentum, keep their momentum in the turn, keep off the wall, and you'll see them constantly try to go front to back, they want to try to get that top position and keep it. So, and that's a lot of the stylized racing. Go Relic, we see him up in the front all the time. There's a lot of other guys that we're going to see that really, I think Random's got the know-how on this racetrack to really compete at that level of competition, if you will. So it's some people say, like, there are games. This game has curb boosting. It has different glitches. It has I think the word is skip shifting. There's all sorts of different little tricks that you can get to make you faster. But when it comes to tracks like this, there are no curbs to bump off of. The track conditions are the track conditions. So seeing people that come up in the front, not so much here as you'll see in, say, competitive road course races, where you can actually use some of that off-road spacing. Like right there, that's a curb. A curb could potentially give them more speed. But yeah, that's the thing is I constantly see these guys that are out front, and even in simpler tracks, it makes you think what is going on with their cars that's giving them the bonus. And the other question is, would they share it if they could, you know? I think when it comes to racing in general, people will retire. They get out of racing and they go to somebody else and they say, this is what you need to do to get ahead. Obviously, frame rate is huge, but when you're on a like Xbox, like we are, that those things don't apply here in some respects. But that's the thing is usually if people retire, they start saying, "Oh, this is how to do it." And somebody went way over the wall there. I don't know if that's gonna take on some sort of pit duty here. I control it, but I try to keep up with that. It just doesn't seem to want to work. So if it conks out, it's just gonna conk out, and we'll watch the racing the way just let the game do it, unless it tells me I need to change it, and then I'll change it and be right back. But so are we gonna do a yellow here or no? I really feel a yellow coming on. Pulling up. So we'll go back to Ren Cool Dude here. Seems to be in a good position. He does not get good launches, though. Somebody's coming flying up the side. Oh, there he's in the spot. Grease Monkey 77. We got a nice burnout going up there. I hope he has bulletproof tires in that thing. Because if not, we did have that happen in a race one time. That we did a burnout at the very beginning to kind of get people's attention, and there were not bulletproof tires. And after a couple laps of trying to skid or do something stupid on our end, one of the guys ended up blowing out their tires and basically had to pit. So I think it's kind of interesting. So yeah, now I'm kind of bummed out. Where's Rhymes at? Rhymes, man, we need you in here. Come back. The thing is, I'm gonna have to message him after the race to see where it was at. See what happened. I'm telling you, we just have been plagued with some of the worst. As we get back on the track here, we've been plagued with some of the worst connectivity issues, all sorts of problems that have been happening over and over again. Yo Relic with that exceptional launch. He probably knows how to do the double clutching thing, right? And yeah, we're hoping to get that stuff dialed in and get it so that we can smoothly do tracks and do races and tell people what height to put their races at so that it doesn't flatten out the camera every time we go around turn 4, you know? Makes it rough when you have to fight it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe for Redwood Racing. I'm hoping to do this every Friday. We record on Thursday, but I also want to put the races out on Friday and let you guys see them and enjoy them like we do. And give a little shout out to some of these guys that come over here week to week and do very competitive racing, as you see. It looked like Gas 15 try to do a wheelie and Yo Relic takes back over that first position. Oh, it is huge pile up. Wall bound. I feel like I'm in a washing machine or dryer here. So is that a yellow? Let's find out. Doesn't look like it. People seem to be moving right along. We have a nice little pack back here. We have two guys up front. We're going to go up to Scary Bunny now. Seems like he made it through the inevitable crash there. Yeah, he skipped him probably twice. So it looks like these guys, Yo Relic and him, have a pack going on here. This camera just will not change. That's what I'm saying. It's just like it doesn't want to cooperate. It looks like you got a yellow. This is what it looks like when you want to race. Go over here. Hopefully, maybe I'll jog it loose. I'm thinking. Get it back to cycling through images and stuff. Now, I'm not doing Rain Cool Dude again. I'm doing Fancy Ray Guy. He's let me down a couple of times here. There we go. On that launch, I was hoping he'd get like a better position. We're next to Random Hero. These guys seem to have their pack going on. Like, they have these top guys. Let's see what we got here. 42.860 Fancy. Still fastest lap. But it's been pretty consistent. I think everybody's made that. The 42.956 of Who's That Guy? Well, that guy is in 12th position. So, not exactly the top, but definitely somebody who could be competitive here. So we'll hide that leaderboard real quick. I'm telling you, that right side right there, seeing the off the edge right there is giving me some sort of issues with wanting to. I feel like I'm falling. It's either really good camera work or really good, man, I feel like I'm going to pass out kind of stuff here. I think that's pretty cool about that GTA is something that they added to the game. I got to look that up and see when they added. If you don't know that, put that in the comments. When was the race editor introduced in the GTA? I don't remember the date to that. A lot of stuff has changed over the years, you know? Like, we were doing the race testing, and I noticed that some of the dates for me, I was like, that was That was 2017 or 2018, or like the Hermes was 2017, and you could get it for free. I got it for free in December, but man, that feels like it was a whole universe ago, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna stick here. These guys seem to have something going on. I don't know what is getting Scary Bunny and Your Relic up there, the possessed push that they have, but these guys, I feel like they should be basically frog hopping each other with the slipstream to try to get that position up there, and they'd be able to catch up. But it doesn't seem like the guys up front are changing up position very much either. Like, are they in the same team? Are they helping each other out? Somebody let me know in the commentos below. So yeah, we're watching Redwood Racing. It is a weekly thing that these guys do. It's usually stock car racing. I'd like to see some other like GT style stuff, but it's very tough to do GT the proper way. I think if you put everybody in kind of an ETR1 setup, it might work, or kind of the RE7B. But a lot of guys don't do the Indy racing, even though that's kind of like the most competitive racing in GTA per se. So that would make it very interesting. I want to see something that is a style of F1 style racing, but with the GT style cars. They keep going back to these stock car things, and I don't know why. Like, I just seem like, why are you doing this? And the new truck, and people can argue with me. I don't like the new truck. I hate the new truck. It just seems to me like a cash grab, if you will, to get people to buy into the new car that really just races with these guys. So the Hotring Sabres that don't make a lot of money, or they don't cost a lot per se, they get kind of dumped over, and then we have the Everon or Everest or whatever the heck it's called. That's put in there, so that way you can charge $1 million, and that's the fastest. So here we're coming up on the finish line. It looks like Yo Relic is going to take that with Scary in second place. I almost wanted to say it was a hard-fought battle, but there we got chicken wing. There we go. I don't want to do the guy standing on the corner here. Doesn't look like a good race division when it's they keep going back to that guy. Yeah. What's he do? Like, he makes sure people don't shoot each other until the end. So, but there we go. We have T Boney sitting at the edge of the track, and that's how we finished it out. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Yo Relic, Scary Bunny, Neon, 1-up, Fancy Reagan. Fancy, I think he had a chance to win there, but we'll see you next week, hopefully, and have a great time. We'll see you soon. Bye.